Out is and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
23 yards, the final tally. Henry. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun.
And 7 yards to go.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. As he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-point drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And an alley to run. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes him manageable now.
On 3rd down, Wilson got a man right side. It's Sharp and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Watson. The left side completion to Jones. 33 yards that time. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. These 2 teams all tied after 1. A 1st down carry now for Miller. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, 59! 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Let's go one more.
Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The start on the ground, it's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 97 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike spot 9. Mike spot 24. I'm here all day.
Throwing again is Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Watson on 1st down. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Tight down. There you go. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. Let him know. Let him know.
Watson looks to throw again. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. To the air yet again, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he's into the clear. 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Titans 21, Texans 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey,
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 46 yards on first down. Miller. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here. At the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Touchdown, Titans. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Watson. The catch made by Miller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Back to throw, Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. After the run, Watson going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Wilson. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Wilson, he'll take a shot for the end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. They need something right now, really anything to cling on to this offense. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, watch it, watch it. He's crossing it. He's checking crack. 29. Hey, we got
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
The Texans take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Harold Landry and the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
What? 315. Man, I got you.
A first down carry for Henry. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Get him, boy.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Come to my world. Let him go.
On 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First target, first catch, and a first down. Watson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's first. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. It's picked up by the Titans. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
41. We've got a wedge that.
Play action. It's Wilson looking for the end zone. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis there to make the grab. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Miller. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
2nd down and goal. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jayon Brown in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
Mike, check, 59. Check. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I'm coming. Mike 54.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Let's get off the field. Safe, safe, safe. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They'll go with Jones. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it. See, guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. As a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. That's on the 1st-round pick, number 23 overall, Titus Howard. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 15 now. Watson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Mark 55.
3rd and long. It's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And Charles, it's one thing to win.